And we begin with breaking news this morning. Terrifying moments at a Northeast Albuquerque skate park. Police say one person is dead. Several more are injured after a gunman opened fire there.
It happened at Los Altos Skate Park just before 10 last night. Let's turn right now to News 13's Catherine Mazzone. She's at the skate park near Lomas and Eubank with the very latest details. Catherine?
That's right, Adam. I'm here at Lomas and Easterday, where there are many police cars still on scene here. There's a crime scene unit, and last we heard from police, they said that they had multiple witnesses to interview to try to fit this all together, finding out what happened and who's responsible. Now, this all happened late last night. This is what the scene looked like when police first responded. They say the call came in just before 10. So far, police say they're not sure what led up to the shooting, just that it's left one person dead and multiple others injured. We did talk to witnesses, however, who say it started with alcohol and a fight. Witnesses say two groups were partying at the skate park when they started fighting. Moments later, they say someone went to his car and came back with a gun. That's when they say bullets started flying.
I grabbed my little ones and I duck for concrete, and I just see my 6-year-old Daniel so far away from me. It's just hard to explain. He was just so far I couldn't get him, and I thank God whoever this guy is, he got my son and he shielded him and he held him.
Again, we're still waiting to get more information from police. Now, westbound Lomas is open to traffic. Eastbound Lomas between Easterday and Eubank is closed to traffic. Right now, police say the victims have yet to be identified. Back to you.
All right, Catherine, thank you. And coming up in our next half hour at 6 a.m., we're going to take a look at some of the park's violent history. KRQE News 13 staying on top of the latest in the deadly shooting right now. As soon as new information comes in, we will report it on air and online at krqe.com. There, you'll find the complete story, including pictures from overnight.
On to this, no need for a ride to jail for a suspected drunk driver because deputies say she drove herself. The deputies say Mia Swagger drove drunk, then parked in the MDC parking lot on Saturday. According to a criminal complaint, when deputies approached Swagger, she was causing quite a scene. She was arrested after failing a field sobriety test. Online court records show she has 3 prior DWI convictions and was just arrested for a 4th DWI last month.
We did some checking and learned that the man who police say punched an Albuquerque officer is still locked up this morning.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
APD says this lapel video shows Troy Bennett attacking police after they disabled a stolen truck that he was driving. Police first started chasing the truck after they spotted Bennett and a woman swapping its license plate. The woman jumped out of the truck. Bennett kept going. Officers were able to catch him after stopping the truck with a spike strip.
On to this, a Bernalillo County deputy shot and killed at a traffic stop 9 years ago is being remembered. On March 22, 2006, Deputy James McGrain Jr. pulled over wanted felon Michael Astorga. Astorga gunned McGrain down when he approached the truck. Astorga's serving life in prison at the state pen near Santa Fe. There's now a memorial for Deputy McGrain in Tijeras, and part of Highway 337 there is named right after him. Yesterday marked the 9-year anniversary. Today is the last day that Navajo Nation flags will be held at half-staff to honor a police officer shot and killed just last week. On Saturday, Officer Alex Yazzi's body was carried in a procession to Shiprock. He was killed on Thursday after responding to a domestic violence call near Shiprock. Police say 24-year-old Justin Fowler was pistol whipping his wife and mother. Fowler then took off as police arrived. He drove into Arizona where he opened fire, killing Yazzie and injuring 2 other officers. Fowler was killed in the shootout. At the motorcade, several locals paid their respects by waving flags and signs. Take a look at your video here. Impressive. Yazzie's funeral scheduled for Friday in Farmington.
Time right now is 6:05, and right now we're going to shift our focus to a developing story this morning. Threats against U.S. troops right here at home.
Yeah, ISIS now targeting 100 U.S. troops on American soil. A group known as Islamic State hacking organization is now calling for beheadings and attacks in the U.S. Over the weekend, the group released names, pictures, and even home addresses of several servicemen and women from all branches of the U.S. military. Right now, the Department of Defense could not confirm the validity of this information, but said officials are looking into that claim. The FBI is also investigating at this time. We're told notifications have been sent out to those mentioned on that list. And new this morning, it's official. Ted Cruz will run for president.
Yeah, the Texas Republican announced his candidacy on Twitter just after midnight, tweeting, "I'm running for president and I hope to earn your support." He also posted a 30-second video message pledging to lead the fight to help make America great again, as he says. This makes Cruz the first candidate to formally throw his hat into the ring for either party. If Cruz wins, he would become the nation's first Hispanic president.
And developing now, police are expected to make the investigation into a gang rape at the University of Virginia public.
This is after an article published in Rolling Stone telling a woman's account of being raped while at a fraternity there. That sparked outrage at first and then controversy after questions were raised over the woman's story. Rolling Stone ended up apologizing for discrepancies in the article and for not seeking a response from the accused men. Police are expected to make their findings public later this afternoon. March Madness is well underway right now, and there are a number of programming changes because of it. It means some of your favorite shows may be on at different times. You can catch the details on our website at krqe.com.
And we start with breaking news. Right now, police are investigating a deadly shooting at an Albuquerque skate park on Lomas and Eubank in northeast Albuquerque. This is a live look of the scene this morning where police are still there investigating. Police tell us one person is dead. Several others are injured after shots rang out just before 10 o'clock last night.
But that's about all police are saying right now. We have some video now showing what it looked like after officers arrived on scene. You can see several kids still at the park where there is a kids' playground, softball fields nearby. Police are not saying what led to the shooting, but witnesses do say it started as a fight, and then one man went to his car and grabbed a gun and started shooting. And for some, this deadly shooting is a reminder of the past at that skate park, from beatings to fights caught on camera.
Yeah, News 13's Catherine Mazzone is live at Los Altos Skate Park with what she's dug up as we continue our team coverage this morning. Good morning, Catherine.
Oh, that's right, Crystal. First, I want to show you what's going on behind me. As you can see, there are still multiple officers on scene here. Now, last we heard from them, they said it would take a while to process this scene. They say they have a lot of witnesses to talk to, and you can see, well, I don't know if you can see, but I can see a number of evidence markers behind me, a lot to sift through before they can figure out exactly what happened last night. And as you mentioned earlier, this skate park has seen a lot of violence in the past. Now, it isn't the first time fights broke out. Back in December, 3 people were arrested for viciously beating a man. 2 men and a woman were charged with kidnapping and aggravated battery with a deadly weapon. 3 years ago, in 2012, videos on YouTube surfaced showing the skate park home to brutal fights, some of the brawlers even wearing MMA gloves. One video even shows young children going at it. Now, after that, the city says they'd have workers at the city sports office keep a close eye, but that didn't keep violence from breaking out last night. 1 person is dead and several more are injured after someone started shooting. Witnesses say it started with a fight between 2 groups, possibly over a stolen skateboard. Moments later, they say someone went to his car and came back with a gun. That's when the chaos began.
I don't know, I can't even explain it because I'm just hoping my sister's all right because I don't know really what happened, but they just started shooting and stuff, and my godmother and stuff were just holding their kids.
You could see the fire from the guns, and it wasn't 10, it wasn't 15, it was like more than 30. You come out and you're just seeing bodies on the floor shot, screaming. You know, it's like a movie.
Now, none of the witnesses we spoke to say they actually saw the shooter, but one did say that they saw several people with guns at their sides. Now, I want to remind you that Lomas is open westbound, but it is still closed from Easter Day to Eubank heading eastbound. Back to you.
All right, thanks for that information, Catherine. Very tense moments. Police have yet to identify the victims in last night's shooting. The woman you just heard from, she actually told us earlier that some stranger had to shield her son as the bullets were flying overnight. Now, KRQE News 13 will continue to follow this deadly shooting and bring you the very latest as it does develop on air and, of course, online. That's at krqe.com.
Also developing this morning, Albuquerque police are investigating another shooting, this one in southwest Albuquerque. It began about 2:30 this morning on Santa Fe Avenue, just off of 4th Street. Police on scene wouldn't give us much information, but the violent crimes team was called out. We'll pass more information along when it becomes available. We did some checking this morning, and the man who police say caused a deadly crash trying to get away from law enforcement is still locked up. APD says he plowed into an innocent family's car, killing the driver and injuring several others. APD says an officer pulled over 28-year-old Ofemiano Herrera along I-40 on Sunday afternoon for speeding. When the officer got out of the car, he says Herrera took off. Police say they did not give chase, but called it out on the radio. About a minute later, APD says another pair of officers witnessed Herrera speed down Coors, take a turn near Quail, and slam right into an innocent family's SUV. The SUV was stopped at the light when Herrera hit it.
Tried to stay with one of the girls that was hanging outside one of the vehicles. Kept talking to her, telling her to stay with us.
Police say the driver in the victim's SUV, Oscar Almeida Sr., was killed. Officers say Herrera even tried to run after the crash, but he was quickly arrested. A similar crash happened in that same area nearly 5 years ago. In that case, Jeremiah Jackson pummeled into a car, stopped at the light right after robbing a bank. Kimberly Aragon Nunez and Janice Flores were both killed. Jackson was trying to get away from police and tried to blame the crash on the officers chasing him.
We're staying on top of the latest in the death of a teen killed while hiking on Sandia Crest. Friends who knew 17-year-old LaQueva Jr. Maya Spencer are speaking about her this morning. Deputies tell us Spencer was with a group of friends in the mountains when she slipped on some ice and tumbled down the mountain over the weekend. It took hours for crews to recover her body. One friend tells News 13 what Maya was like.
She was really quiet, like really just in the background of everything, but the people that knew her, she was really caring, always asked you how you were, always made sure that everybody was okay.
Now there is a fundraising page set up looking to help the family with funeral expenses. So far it's raised more than $7,500. There's also a benefit concert set up for Thursday. Links are available right now on our website, KRQE.com.
A new law that allows the city of Rio Rancho to take cars away from drunk drivers could be stopped before it even goes into effect. The Rio Rancho Observer reports that someone who lives in the city is collecting signatures to force a special election on the issue. Under the law approved last month, the city could forfeit the car if a driver with 2 prior DWI convictions is caught drunk behind the wheel. It doesn't take effect until July. If the petition effort gets a little more than 5,700 signatures, though, that law would be put on hold.
We turn now to this. Santa Fe police are asking for your help in finding 2 missing teens. According to officers, 15-year-old Zachary Montoya was last seen in the Senda del Valle area. He was last seen wearing a gray Broncos sweater, blue jeans, and black shoes. Investigators think he may be with this man, 17-year-old Xavier Stevenson. He was last seen wearing a black skeleton jacket. If you know where either of them are, you are asked to call Santa Fe police. A quick reminder about March Madness in full swing. Those games going on comes a lot of programming changes. That means some of your favorite shows may be on at different times now. You can find all the details on our website, KRQE.com.
Time now 6:39 in Washington this morning. White House officials say they're pulling U.S. military personnel out of Yemen.
Yeah, this as the country edges itself on the brink of civil war there. The warning came during an emergency meeting of the UN Security Council on Sunday. Yemen has descended into chaos in recent months, with Shiite rebels seizing control of the capital city, closing in on the country's embattled president. The mounting tensions led to the evacuation of remaining U.S. personnel in that country. Onto this new video this morning captures the attackers from inside the Bardo Museum in Tunisia. Gunmen stormed the tourist site last Wednesday, killing 23 people. Very chilling video right now. Most were tourists from Italy, Poland, Japan, and Australia. ISIS did claim responsibility for that attack.